I'm driving. I hear like I ran over some like metal or something. I look at my rear view, smoke everywhere. The second I saw the smoke and heard the sound, I knew what happened right away. I was cooked. I'm on the highway, every light comes on. I pull over, turn it, nothing. Dead. It's dead. Alright, so boom. Today, we're gonna be getting into the truth behind getting an older German car as a teenager. Come here. Come here, little baby. Come here. Come here. Oh. This little Stellaella. She's my recording partner and she keeps distracting me. Hey? Oh, my little baby. I know. Before I start this video, I just want to say I made 2 videos so far. The last one I made, say got 84 views. That doesn't sound like a lot, I'm sure. But I thought the first videos I'd make would get literally 0 views, maybe 1 or 2. But 84? I'm like, damn! People are liking it and actually watching it. To me, that's still crazy. Someone really clicked that video, sat down, watched it, liked it, left a comment too. I'm like, damn! It's just crazy to me, bro. So if you're watching this, click this. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Let's get into the video. So the reason I wanted to make this video is because I got rid of my first car. And if you watched the previous video, which you probably didn't because I got like 2, it's a 2009 C300 Mercedes. And man, I love that thing. So recently I upgraded. Technically it's an upgrade, but to my heart it's not. I upgraded to a 2015 A5. You may be like, why didn't you get an S5? Why didn't you get an S5? 1, the funds, and 2, this might sound weird, but I did not really want an S5. I'm a Benz guy. That's what I want. I don't want to invest all my money into an Audi. I needed a car. I found the good car. It was nice, low mileage, good deal. That's why I got it. And I've always liked Audis. They've always, I want to say, probably my second under Mercedes. I've always wanted to get one eventually, so I got one for now. But to get back to the topic and the real car of discussion, the C300. I'll explain why I got the car I did and how long ago now, I guess. So right now, I am 22 years old. Just turned 20. It's 2025, you know. Happy New Year. I bought the car in 2021, November 2021. No, October, sorry. My birthday is in September, so I got it just after that. So the reason why I got the C300, so the W204, the generation year, I'll show tons of pictures. The main reason why I got this car is my first job. I was a car pusher at the superstore. I was at the store for 3 years, but I moved inside eventually. So, you know, being a cart guy, you're outside in the parking lot all day. And before I got my car, I knew zip about cars. I couldn't tell you anything about cars. I knew nothing. I was a skateboarder. I grew up a skateboarder. That's what I did. I played football. That was me. You know, you grow, old passions die, new ones grow. So this one started when I got my car. But again, let me stop yapping. Even though that's the point of this video is a yap. Yeah, so I knew nothing about cars, but I always kind of liked the Mercedes, the look of them. The meat, the, the meat manager at my store, the meat department manager at my store, he had a 2009 C300. It was a white one. He always parked up in a far corner, and I'd always see it from the side, and I would always be like, man, that's a beautiful car. Just the shape of it, the silhouette, everything to me was like perfect. But again, I didn't know anything about cars at the time, so I didn't know how much depreciation smokes German cars. So boom, you know, so I started working there when I was 16, and I didn't get my license until I was 18. Like right before I turned 19, I got it. I got it a bit late. Some of my friends, they got it right as they turned 17. I wasn't like that. I didn't really see a need for it. I'd bike everywhere. I was chilling. But if you're watching this and you're young, get it as soon as you can because it's nice to have. I got my license, and of course, I want to start looking for cars. But my dad didn't want me getting a car at the time. So I don't really blame him, but it got to a point where I got a second job at night in the evenings. I needed a car. I couldn't take my parents' car from 8 in the morning until 10 at night because it was double shifts. So, you know, the car's gone all day. They need it. It's their car. I need to get one. So I was in the market for a car. And I was scrolling on Facebook one day at work. I saw a C300. And I didn't realize how affordable, cheap you can get them. So I started searching. But I will say, the meat manager did have something else that I wanted. Pause. His daughter. First baddie I ever fumbled, bro. I swear. You know, people always talk about, oh, you fumble your first baddie? That was mine, bro. That was mine. But yeah. Man, whatever, bro. But back to it. So eventually, I'm looking for cars, and I found one. Marketplace, classic. The guy had it up for, I want to say 8,000. It was 2009, C300, 165 on it. Yeah, we messaged the guy when we went to go check it out. It was all good, everything. And the whip, having coffee, just a little test drive. Someone too, you know. You got the black in the back. That's sick, no? Yeah, sick, it's sick. V6 engine, you know. Inside's a bit older because it's 09.
Yeah, this is nice. And then what does this do?
Thankfully, he let us take it to our mechanic actually to try and get it safetied. It didn't come with a safety, so we had to safety it. Yeah, so he let us take the car to the garage, check it out, this and that. And it needed like a new, I don't even remember what, but it's like $200 to get it fixed. So that's all it took to pass the safety, and I got that hole, bruh. Holy! I remember the week we dropped it off at the garage, I'm just waiting for that phone call from my mom to say, you know, either we're going through with it or we're not. So I got that call, and thankfully it was good news. So we said we got the car. Ooh, I'm geeking. I remember my first day, I got the car. I scooped one of the homies, him and his girl. We went and we got some food. I was just driving around. Bro, that first car feeling, there's no matching it, bro. Like getting the second car, nothing, not even close. That's because I'm not in love with the car. You know, I was in love with the Benz when I got it. Before I even stepped inside, I knew I loved it. I end this later. Also, I'll throw it somewhere in the video. I don't know where. But one thing I missed out on, as like where I am now in life, this is not a really big deal. But when I was 19, I had a girl at the time when I got my whip. 3 months into ownership, we broke up, whatever. So as a young guy, bro, come on, bro. The Huz, you're gonna be thinking about the Huz. As an older guy, and I'm past my time, bro. That's not me no more. But bro, when you're whipping a little benzo, bro, you're gonna feel like, oh, you're gonna feel like a sick guy. You're gonna feel like a sick guy. And the Huz are gonna like it too, bro. You know, you'll get hit with the, oh, my parents like your car. Or one thing I got was my whip looked very like presidential. I'm like, damn, bro, like this ain't no S class or nothing, but I'll take it. That's a little plus. The husband will like your car. But that doesn't matter. I'm just letting y'all know it's part of the experience, you know. You know, oh my gosh, your Chris. I really said this. That's why it's funny to me, bro. Actually explaining it, but like, you know, picking up a little something, getting your, oh my gosh, your your car's so nice, or your car's so cool. Oh my god, chill with the glitz. I just want to throw this in because it is funny. So looking back at it, it is funny, but I'm past that. I'm past that. I'm past that. I'm my grown man stuff, you know. Can't be messing with no hus no more. So I had the car for a total of just over 3 years. The first year and a half, perfect. I had no major issues. Little stuff I did like brakes, spark plugs, nothing crazy, you know, little stuff. But the last year and a half smoked me. It smoked me bad. Holy. So I'll go in order from what I can remember of exactly what I've done. So the first, maintenance wise, the first thing I had to do was my thermostat because that went bad, so I had to replace it. I was working at a shop at the time, so thankfully, I just ordered the part and did it myself. It was an easy fix. I think I have some pictures of that too. I gotta replace the thermostat right here because my car's been getting too hot and it's fucking up the engine. So I gotta replace this bit right here. So first I gotta remove the air pump and then I can get to that. And yeah, just the first year I had the car, oh my, that thing got beat on bad. My first car, bro, I'm gonna beat that thing too. I had a V6, so enough power to floor it everywhere. So in my second year of ownership, year and a half, I I got it tuned. The ECU, I got an ECU tune. The thing about these cars, I think it's the M272 is what the engine's called. There's no performance mods. You can tune it. That's about it. You'll gain 15 horsepower. But yeah, this is just not tunable at all. So I got it tuned from a local tuner actually. So I was going crazy with that, bro. And I had a muffled delete at the time too, so it was popping hella loud. I was younger, bro. I was younger. I was like 19, 19 with a band. I'm gonna mess around. I'm a little bit older now, 22. I drive a quiet Audi for now. I would say, I guess after that point, after I got tuned, I started running into some more issues, you could say. Coincidence? Who knows? So the first little while, no major issues. I had little misfires here and there sometimes. One time it's because I blew a spark plug, so I just had to replace it. So again, something like that, nothing too crazy maintenance-wise. So it wasn't up until, not the summer that just passed, but the one before that. It was a bad year for the Benz, bro. Bad year for the Benz. So at the end of 2021, my AC just stopped working. Came fall, so I never got it fixed. And then the next summer came around, and I knew what I had to do. I had a hose. The hose was leaking. The AC juices, flowed out. I just never got it fixed. My lazy ass. And bro, the last 2 summers have been hot, like 30, bro. Anytime I drive somewhere, I'm like, oh no, because I know I'm gonna be sweating. I know it's gonna be loud as hell because the windows are gonna be down. It was not fun. Like that's all my fault. It's all my fault. I can't blame the car on that. That's me. That's just me being a bum. But that added to the experience of it. But again, at this point, I'm around 2 years into ownership, and still no crazy issues. Like yeah, the AC line went out. But that's like nothing too crazy. Well, how it affected me was crazy because I was I was stupid and lazy. But we're past that now. One issue I forgot to spoke about, which I spoke about in the intro. So one time I'm driving on the highway, me and my homie, the one with the A4. We're pushing it a little bit, and eventually he leaves, and then an Altima, it was customized, whatever, pulls up. So then me and him start going. Eventually, every light on my dash comes on. Every light you can think of comes on. Like damn. So I went off the highway and turned around because I was heading back home because like we were just going just to go. So I was heading back home, and I pull over. So the highway is here, and then the entrance ramp is here. So I'm like in the middle right here. Not a lot of space. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll turn off my car. I'll turn it back on, and I'll be good. Hopefully, I turn it off. That shit was dead, bro. That dead. I called my homie. I told him what happened. Like, okay, I'll come. We'll try and boost it. We tried boosting it. Nothing. And it's like 1 a.m. I'm supposed to go to Toronto the next morning for a Bad Bunny concert. We're supposed to take my car too. And yeah, that thing was dead. So eventually, we have to call a tow truck, come pick it up, get it dropped off at the shop. It's like 5 a.m. at this point. I'm supposed to leave tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for Toronto. Whatever. My shop, it gets at the shop. Long as I go to Toronto, I get away there, thankfully. But what happened, the issue with the car is some water got stuck under the mat and corroded some wires. So it just like put the car into limp mode basically. So that was around a $300 fix. It wasn't too crazy, but it was crappy. It was annoying. I wanted to take my car to Toronto. It would have been the first time, but I didn't get to. But this happened been back in 2022. That was like the first big issue, I guess you could say, something that's not regular. That was the first like big issue. So 2 years into ownership at this point, and again, no major issues. I've done oil changes, brakes, the AC line broke. Oh, actually, one of my brake lines started leaking, but since I worked at the shop, they just fixed it up for free. What they did, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, but it worked. It worked. They didn't replace the lines, but they did something, and it worked. That's a pretty big issue. Brake lines corroding, that's a big issue. Because I'm out doing some deliveries for the shop in my whip. It says I'm low on brake fluid, and it's like flashing red. So I'm like, damn. I get back to the shop, I fill it up, I drive the whip home. That shit just leaked everywhere on the street. Because on my old crib, I moved now. We moved. Because the house I'm at right now, we've been at for just under a year. We moved last February here. Let me show you. So this is where I'm looking at now. But before, But before, we lived in a semi, and our driveway I hated moving my car, so I just parked on the road all the time. So the road got soaked. Too bad, bro. But yeah, after that got fixed up, this was in the spring. So at this point, it's summer of 2022. So nothing too crazy. Just little stuff here and there. So the car's still fine. So from that fall, winter, spring, until 2023, I had no issues at all. It was all good. Again, just oil change maybe, but that's it. So then 2023 hit. This was a bad year for the Benz. You did not want to be a Benz in 2023. Man, I start off the year. It's springtime, so I'm looking on Marketplace for some rims because I'm a cheap ass. I found some that were really nice. They were good price. There was just some reps, but there's 400 for the full set. They look brand new, almost like no wear, no tear. But they were out in Kingston. I'm located in Ottawa. It's about 2 hour drive in theory. So I left on some Friday. Some Friday, it was a holiday. So I left thinking, okay, I'll leave around 10. I'll be back like 2, 3, maybe. But again, it's the holiday, and I'm not thinking about it. I didn't really know for real. Like I knew, but like I wasn't thinking much of it. So I started driving, and it's normal until I'm about halfway there. So about an hour in, and then I hit some traffic. Some like dead stop traffic. Like this is not going anywhere. If you're from Ontario, you know what an en route is. Like pit stops on the side of the highway. They got restaurants, bathrooms, post up. So I have to pee. Dead stop traffic is right here going through, and the en route's like here. So there's a big parking lot, like it's a big space. So I pull in. It's packed in there, like packed. But I pull in because I need to go party, bro. I make my way in. I find a spot, and then right out of storage again. But I think I'm good now. But I find me a spot. I go in. I do what I gotta do. Get me a little snack. So then I go back to the whip, and I'm trying to leave. It takes me an hour to leave the parking lot. I'm not going that far. I went from the parking lot to the road. But since the road's so backed up, so many people are going in there, and then that's all backed up. Bad day. I keep driving. Quick story time. Like I pulled over for the first time. I'm like, no. They had a cop on top of the bridge with a radar gun. I seen him. I'm like, no. So because I press my brakes, so I pass. I see him staring at me. I go under. I see the other cop pull out, and I'm already knowing they're coming for me. I'm like, no. I go to the right lane because I'm like, I'm gonna get pulled over. I'm already knowing. I know it's coming for me. Lights me up. I knew it. They saw a clean record. She was very nice. I was going 130. Everyone's going like 110. Like I'm not committing a crime here. Like in theory I am, but no, I'm not. Long story short, she blesses me with 15 over, so it's like $50 ticket, no points, nothing. So whatever. I keep going. Pick up the rims, whatever. On my way back. So I'm at a red light right now. I'm driving. And then I'm looking at my phone in my right hand. And I'm looking at the map, I'm thinking, okay, how do I get to the highway? And then once I'm on the highway, it's straightforward. I'm at a red light. I keep driving, and then my phone's in my hand. And then I look to my left. Bro, there's a cop in an unmarked car, bro. Staring at me. Staring at me. So I put my phone away. I'm like, bruh, again? I keep driving. Bro gets behind me, lights me up. I pull into a Wendy's parking lot because that's where I was close to. Bro smacked me, bruh. They don't play my phone tickets no more. He's like, he comes to my window. He's like, do I don't know why I put you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, shut up, bro. I know why. I didn't say that, but And then so I show my phone. I'm like, I'm looking at the map. It's like says to Ottawa. You could see to Ottawa. Like, cut me some slack, bro, please. I'm hoping. Does not cut me any slack. No slack is cut. So I got hit with $687 ticket, 3 demerit points, and then I had a plate cover on. Bro made me take that shit off too, bro. Respect for cutting me short for that, because he could have gave me like $110 ticket for that. But bro gave me a screwdriver, said take it off. I said, okay, fine. It was a quiet drive home, bro. My phone was almost dead. The charger in my car wasn't working. It was a bad day. But it gets worse. I get home, blah, blah, blah. I'm still working at the shop. I get to the shop. They don't fit, bro. They were 5 by 120. In the ad, they said they're 5 by 112. I should have checked. But I picked them up. I was like, okay, I'm out of here. So all that, rims that don't fit, got 2 tickets, demerit points, And then, because I'm a G2 driver, so G is the full license. You get G1, G2, and the full G. I get a letter in the mail. 2 months later, my license is suspended, bro, for 30 days from that ticket. I'm like, yo. So this is when I just started college. Yeah, bro, my ass was busting for that month, and it wasn't, honestly, it wasn't that bad because I took the welding and fabrication program at my college. So it was 11 months. So I started in May, ended in April. So I was busing in the summer. So the buses were dead. It was super nice. I had to take 2 buses. First bus was super short. The other one was, well, they're both short. They weren't that long, but they were dead. So it wasn't that bad, honestly. But bro, the second September started and then everyone came back to school, I was not getting a seat on that bus at all. And I had to carry a heavy ass welding bag too and a helmet. Bro, it was not fun. I hated busing with that. Felt like a hassle walking around. The bag's like a good 40, 50 pounds. It gets heavy, you know? Eventually, I get my license back. I was working by the airport, and one day I'm driving home. I'm in sport mode. I'm being loud. I'm just having fun. It's popping like crazy, blah, blah, blah. I'm driving, and then my car starts like misfiring, you know? So the engine light starts flashing. I pull into a gas station because I was able to make it in. And I turn off the car. I try to turn it on. Nothing, just dead. The store worker, I hollered at him real quick. Well, then we tried boosting my car. So I was like, maybe that's the issue. Nothing, no signs of life or anything. So eventually, there's a guy actually there with a Hennessy powered Camaro. I think it was crazy. I think it was like 1,000 horsepower, like maybe not Hennessy power. Some famous tuner, American, 1,000 horsepower. It was hectic. But I hollered at him. I was like, yo, like, you know, you probably know something about whips. You know, come look at mine. He didn't know nothing. He didn't. There's only so much you could look at, you know. Long story short, my dad comes, saves the day. Gets that thing running. My engine is knocking bad. It's still drivable. Yeah, so I just kind of drove that thing till it blew up. Well, I did. It did blow. It did blow up on me. Oh my god! It's Tuesday after school. My class was like 1 to 2. It was an hour long. So after class, it was by Costco. So I went to Costco. I filled up on gas, full tank. I'm on my way home. You know, cruising. And right as I'm about to pull onto my neighborhood, like it was like a main sort of street and then like my neighborhood area. Right as I'm about to turn onto there, I hear boom, like I ran over some metal or something crazy. So then I look my rear view, smoke everywhere. I'm like, no. I knew what it was right away. Well, the engine's knocking. It's gonna blow. I'm like, no. Whatever. I pull in. Like as I'm pulling in, it blew. I'm like 2 streets over from my street. Like 2 streets up and then like 2 blocks over. I get out, I'm like, ah. I start laughing because I was like, I'm cooked, like it's done. I'm standing there, I'm like, I'm pacing around. And then it's like, well, I gotta get the car home, pop that bitch in neutral, stop, one man army, bruh. One man army, like it's MW2. I'm pushing that hoe. Ooh. So I push it to 2 blocks. That's quite a bit. Bro, tell me how? Like a regular residential street. So there's some cars parked on the side, like no lines in the middle, but you know what side, there's some dots, you know? It's only me. I'm pushing the car. No one's in the driver's seat. I'm like 60-40 on the wrong side of the road, but there's space to go around. I'm on a residential. You can go around me, bro. Like you're not stressing over this. So I'm going straight. Tell me how there's a person coming towards me. They honk at me to move out the way. I'm like, oh, are you crazy? You see someone in the car? Like I'm pushing my car and you're honking me to get out the way. Go around me. Like, are you stupid? That actually teased me, bro. Like, oh my gosh. After that silly goose passes me, I keep pushing, you know? Keep thugging. Thankfully, some guy pulls up. He's like, oh, do you need a hand? I'm like right here. And then my house is like down and here. So, and this part was super smooth. And it was like a slight slant, so it wasn't that bad. So I was like, oh yeah, like if you can just hop in the driver's seat, like I'll do the pushing. That shit was tough. I pushed the whip like 4 blocks. Yeah. I get at home, I thank the guy, and I go to my room. I starts tearing up, bro. I knew I was cooked. It was defeating. Like I was laughing at first. I get home start tearing up, bro. Cause I was just defeated because I'm like, I got no whip now, bro. But the shop that I worked at, I didn't. Well, I used to work at. I still went there for service and stuff because like that was bro at the end of the day. So I tell them, and I have the idea. I was like, because I seen people do V8 swaps and this and that. So since it's a C300, it comes with the 3 liter. I said to him, I was like, what are the chances we could swap a 3.5 into it? That's what we did. So it was in the shop for around a month and a half. Because it took a lot of figuring out and this and that. So shout out to bro. I won't say his name for privacy reasons. Not that it doesn't really matter, but shout out bro. Eventually, a month and a half later, I get the whip back. 3.5, bro. That thing had a lot more torque than the 3 liter. The 3 liter was pretty like dead from a standstill. 3.5, not at all, bro. That thing's pushing you. Again, it's still V6, none crazy, not no AMG, but it's a 3.5, so you know it has good power, good torque. Around 5,000 for install, engine, everything. So that is end of 2023. I get that done. Winter 2024, spring, no issues with the engine or anything. It's all running fine, all running good. But by the summer, my right rear suspension is making some noise. I drove on it messed up for way too long. Like a lot of the car's faults, I'll blame me for it. I won't blame the car specifically. Well, it's both. It was mutual. It was both of us. So eventually, but all my suspension is like gone soft, gone limp. I order a set of coils for it when I was in Europe for a month this summer. So I was gone for a while. Come back, I changed my brakes because those needed to be done super bad. And then I changed my suspension just for rears because that's all we did. We didn't have enough time or energy to do it all. I just wanted to get the rear shocks done, and then for now, and then we'll do the coils later, you know, like the whole set, the springs, everything. So that's done. And I'm thinking, okay, that'll get rid of all the rattling noise and everything. It helped a lot of it, but there was still some noise coming from the rear, but I didn't know what it was. So this was end of the summer, beginning of fall. Again, I'm just riding the car normally. I know there's still some sound in it. I'll figure it out eventually, you know? So this takes us to last month. It's Canada. Well, I already showed you. I'll show you again. We got snow. Lots of it. Not too much right now, but we got lots of snow, bro. So you need to put on winter tires here. So I went and picked up some winter tires from some old guy. He's actually a cool ass old guy. He's a big car guy, had a bunch of whips. Shout out to bro. Whatever, long story short, I put them on the next day. As I take off my right rear wheel. I'll have photos. Bro, I see part of my subframe. That's just hanging, bro. It's hanging. Well, this is what's just hanging.
Oh my god. How did they?
And I'm like, damn, like that's bad. Like it's terrible. Like car's cooked. So the thing about the W204 and a lot of Mercedes from that year is there was an extended warranty for the subframe because it was a common issue. I do my research and I'm only able to find news about or from MB Mercedes Benz USA. I'm not sure if it's eligible in Canada or not. I do my research, my contacting, this and that. I call Mercedes. Ask them about it, and they don't know the answer for real either. So then they had to, go up the chain to see if it's eligible, this and that. They tell me that it is. So I make an appointment, and I bring my car in. So then they give me a call. They're like, oh, okay, so we've had a look at your car, and the subframe would be covered, but there's $6,000 of other repairs that would need to be done for connecting components, and your brake lines are corroded, and you will need to get them fully done. So I was like, yeah, don't go through with it. I'm just gonna get rid of the car. I pick up my car, like they run on the sheet, everything, like Mercedes Benz, like they know that this vehicle is not road eligible. It's not safe to drive. I knew that. Got me everywhere safely, thankfully, So that concluded my ownership of the Benz, bro. So I'm on a week and a half of owning the Audi now, and the Benz is just at the house right now. I gotta call someone to come pick it up, scrap it. It's garbage. As sad as it is to say, it's garbage now, you know. But it's kind of nice knowing that like it ended with me. I drove it into the ground because I think it'd be a lot harder to like sell it to someone else. But now I know like there's nothing I could do to keep it. It's done. So in conclusion, my 3 years of ownership, first year and a half, perfect. No issues, nothing. Last year and a half, not fun. It was not fun. It's always in the back of your head like, when your car's messed up. It's like anytime I want to go anywhere, I'm like, I gotta drive. It's hot. I got no AC, or I don't want to drive somewhere because like my car makes hella noise. Can't pick up no huzz. But yeah, bro. So in conclusion, if you're a young guy and you're on the market for an older German car because it's nice and you're a young guy, you want to have a nice car. I'm not gonna say do it or don't because after all that, I went out and bought another German car. So, I'm not one to say don't do it. I'm not gonna tell you to do it. So that's why I'm just sharing my experience to let you know kind of what it's saying. I will say when you're 19 and whipping your own Benz, even if it's 2009, I paid $6,500 for it. I felt like the man. I felt like I was on top of the world. No one could tell me nothing. I just, that's why I want to say, I can't say do it or don't because I've learned so much. I met so many people through my car. Like some of my closest friends today, I met because of my car. I met them through another guy that had the same car as me. Like I was at a meet one time, and then I see my car, same color, everything, like looks like. I'll show a picture. Like that's twin. I see him pull up. I'm like, damn. So he pulls next to me. So I started, talking to bro, and then history ever since. I'm not gonna lie. He upgraded too to an Audi. His Audi, crazy. I don't go too much. The S6 he got, but that John upgraded turbos. The fastest car I've ever been in, like damn near 1,000 horsepower. It's crazy. I feel like I missed so much. I'll have to look back and, make sure I didn't. But yeah, bro, that's my ownership. If you made it this far, this will be a longer video. I appreciate you listening to me yap. I guess, you liked it. If you didn't, don't dislike because I don't appreciate it. If you really made it this far, watch all this. Thank you very much. I appreciate you a lot. I don't think, in my head, I don't think anyone would watch this far, but if someone does, bro, thank you very much. I appreciate it like crazy. I think that's it. So, if you want a German car, get one. If you don't want problems, don't get one. So again, thank you very much if you made it this far. Yeah. Happy Sunday. Happy New Year. Just be you, bro.